Hey everybody, good morning. It is Saturday, September 6th at 8:19 a.m. I got a few minutes before I've got to start my Saturday things to do. I wanted to give you an update. Again, we're on week 9, so I wanted to show you the update on the numbers that we got from the email campaign. So for you, just a minute ago, we're talking about sending out the email campaign to get the gear to get you gigs. It was a push to try to drive traffic to the shop. Here's what the campaign looked like. There was some call to actions and a link to get the gear or go to the website for the shop. So it's been a few days since that campaign. I want to give you the numbers, show you what we saw from those efforts. Overall, it went pretty good. I'm happy with what we got from it. We did not get any orders, so we're going to report a goose egg on that for this week. But still was good advertising and bringing forefront mind of Common Creatives out there to the audience. So I'm going to run you through the numbers of what we got. First in MailChimp. So in MailChimp, here's the numbers we got. So here's the email push for it. We had 379 recipients. Again, this is the list of people I have in my email list of people subscribed to our emails on Common Creatives. The general overview of it. So we had 40.7% open it, which is 150 opened. We had a click rate of a 0.81, which is 3 clicks, a bounce rate of 2.6, and unsubscribe of 2. So we'll compare that to our campaigns that we've done for Common Creatives in the past, and then we'll also compare that to industry averages. But see, again, deliveries 369, so about 97% it was delivered. Total opens 237. Again, I talked about this in a previous video. Why this is different is you got 150 over here and then 237. It's because sometimes what this number is counting how many total opens. So behavior sometimes with email is that when it goes to people, they'll open it 2 or 3 times to view it. So that's what this number is. That's why it gets higher than you'll see 150. This is the open rate. So this is like if an individual opened it multiple times, it's still only going to count it 1 time here because it's counting open rate or how many times it opened. And then over here is if that individual opened it 2 or 3 times, it's going to count those 2 or 3 times per the individual. So that's why you see the 2 little numbers there that are different. Let's see, total clicks, we had 12. 2 hour, this isn't really relevant because it's past the campaign. The main thing that people clicked on was going to the shop, which we only had 5, which that counted for 41%. And then the email benchmarking. So this is how it compares to other campaigns that we've done in the past. So how your email compares, here's the open rate. This is my email's performance at a 40%. Average email campaign was at 29.5%. And then peers in the open rate industry, 37%, excuse me. So open rate was looking good. Click rate, really down low, right? So a good email campaign for the industry average is looking at 4.9 according to MailChimp's numbers. And my average is 0.78, and this one had a 0.81. What this tells me is that people are opening my emails, but they're not clicking through. That may come down to the content that we're providing. This one is not overly surprising. This was kind of a push for people to shop. So not everybody is in the mood to shop or eager to go look at your stuff. And so the fine line I've got to walk here is make sure it's not feeling too spammy. It doesn't feel like I'm just sending marketing advertisements to people, but really that it's providing value to them. So that's something I got to watch. Unsubscribe rate, you can see that we only had a 0.54%, average campaign 0.9%, still hovering less than 1% on each one of these, and then peers is 0.34. So The combination of click, all three of these actually are telling the story, right? How many people are opening this, how many are clicking through, and how many people are just don't want to even hear from you anymore because you're bugging them. So good news is hovering lower than 1% each time. So we don't ever want to see people go. We want to always provide them value, and hopefully providing things that are helpful for them or that we're bringing value to them. So we don't ever want to see that happen. But the good news is in here that we're hovering at less than a 1%. Let's see other interesting things about this area. This one down here, top locations by opens in the United States. I'm not going to pay attention to these other two. These, I'm not sure where that comes into play. But you can see here we've got 70% in the United States. If I were to click on this and get a little more granular, you can see California is my highest open rate at 74, and then it goes down to Arkansas, Florida, Massachusetts, Michigan, New York, and down the list. So California, my people in California are interested in opening those emails. So that's good to see. How that compares, again, this is just another view. You can see this is the campaign we sent out on September 2nd. And again, 40.7% with a 0.8 click. If you cover that, you can see that those are the actual numbers. The one right above it is just a feature from MailChimp. MailChimp will let you send out the campaign the next day to the individuals who did not open the campaign. So it's kind of like, hey, you sent an email, people didn't open it this day, within 24 hours, you want to try to send it again and see if people open it. So it's kind of like a rebound push. And that's what you see here is a resend. You don't get a ton of numbers off of these, but it's just helpful to send them. So again, to send it out to the individuals, we still got a 20 individuals opening it with 0% clicks. So what this tells me is that people, again, you get an email once, didn't open it, or you get an email twice, sometimes people open it again. You got to be really careful with this because this is where your unsubscribes can come in. Again, if people are not wanting to engage with your content, then don't keep sending them emails. I've done this a few times, and just looking at the numbers now, like you can see there's a resend right there. I don't ever get any clicks. And so I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that just because, again, people open it, but I think that's walking a fine line of annoying people, and that's where your unsubscribes come. Okay, let's look at some other analytics. I'm going to show you from the YouTube perspective where we're at currently. We're at 120 views, 9.2 hours watched with 7 subscribers. So we're now at 14 subscribers. So the 14 of you, welcome. Glad that you're here. Hope you're getting value out of this and seeing how Common Creatives is progressing. The dates on this, again, August 9th and September 5th, the last 28 days. And you can see our highest content, again, is the intro at 23 views, and then it goes down. Looks like week 6, episode 2, for some reason, people are watching that one at 23 views, and then week 7 at episode 1, also 13 views. So for some reason, people are watching those ones. And then it just kind of goes down the list there. But yeah, so that's how YouTube is shaping up. Let's look at our analytics from LinkedIn. I'm going to pause real quick. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to show you LinkedIn just because, one, I want to show you how this is shaping up with my social media accounts. I'm not going to show you all of them. LinkedIn is the one I'm the most active on and have the biggest following on of the campaigns or of the networks. But this was the campaign that was sent out on that Tuesday that was sent. Here are the numbers from that. So LinkedIn analytics, we had 348 post impressions. Followers went up a little bit. 238 profile views, and then Common Creatives, the actual business account, this is actually growing a bit. So we now have 234 followers on the actual business view. We have 97 impressions. Again, the difference between this and what you just saw was where the last screen I showed you, that's my own personal account on LinkedIn. And then this, what you're seeing here, is the business account on LinkedIn. And when I post these messages, campaigns, I'm doing them on both. And so you can see here on the business side of it, again, for the last month or so, we've got 97 impressions, 3 reactions, and then let's just kind of see how it's going through trending. You can see there's the spike there for September 2nd of organic posts of 23. And again, organic is 97. The difference between organic and sponsored, sponsors is like paid ads. So I'm not doing any paid ads on LinkedIn or boosting the posts or anything like that. And that's why you see a 0 there. So, so you can see specifically from the campaign, this is the one that we just did with the email campaign. You can see that we had 17 impressions, click-through rate of 5.8%, 1 reaction, and an engagement rate of 11%. So I think that's not entirely right with the reactions. I could be reading that wrong, but I know from the actual post I saw different ones. How that compares to other ones. So the one right before that was the How I Got Here episode week 7, 17 impressions and 5.6. So, or 5.2, excuse me. So that's kind of looking for LinkedIn. Let's quickly look over our analytics over here on the actual shop. So this is from Google Analytics. Here's what we're seeing again from the dates of August 9th through September 5th. So just under a month, 28 days or so. You can see we had active users 56, new users 53. Minute 19 is how long they're spending on the site. You can see that little bump. It should be correlated to September. That might be off just a day, but we had 10 people come into the site. New users direct, again, right there. Organic search. The organic search is from being searched on the internet. And organic social is like from social media accounts. So direct, we'll come back to this view here in a minute. And then our activity. You can see that this is what we're looking at right here. This is from all this activity I'm trying to do to drive to the site. It is going up, which is a good sign. And then the pages that people are looking at is the home page and then looking at cart and checkout. So people are coming in there, spending some time in there, but we aren't getting any conversions. So I think sometimes you see this is people will add things to their cart and look to check out. And then what that does is they're using the calculator feature. So they're adding things to cart to see how much it will cost before they make a decision to purchase. That's not uncommon for e-commerce stores. A lot of people do this. And so what that tells you is like it can also start leading to bounce rate and drop off rates, right? So like a funnel, you can see more people coming in and it kind of tapers off. So I'm going to pause it real quick and we'll look at one more view before I show you that. All right, guys, I'm back. I wanted to quickly switch to the Common Creatives platform site. So the last analytics we looked at was for the shop. I know this campaign wasn't to drive people to the social networking network, but it was for the shop in general. That's why I spent time looking at analytics for that. But sometimes you can get a little bump on the social network for doing that. So I want to show those analytics real quick for those who are interested in seeing those. You can see we didn't have a whole lot of traffic come off of that, maybe a little bump in there. But 126 active users, new users 120, average engagement time 1 minute 29 seconds, and same kind of thing. So let's see that same blue line that I want to show you there, and last 28 days. That's what we're looking at here, where people are spending time. homepage, and then members, looking at members, and then some of the other individuals on the account, or what profiles, different profiles in there. So yeah, I think that's it. So not a huge bump in the analytics for the social working network, but the shop did get a bump, and that's expected because of trying to drive traffic to it. So we didn't get any sales, but we did drive some traffic, which is a good sign. So, all right, I'm going to pause the or end the video for here, and then I'm going to look at what I'm going to accomplish for this next week coming up. All right, we'll see you later, guys.
Hey guys, good to see you. It is September 6th at 7:33 p.m. Saturday. It's been a good week. We're rounding out week 9. So for you guys, you just saw the recording for the numbers that we had from the email campaign. Yeah, it went well. A couple of thoughts on it. We looking at like the conversion rate and the open rate and all of that. It's not horrible. We didn't get any orders from it. A couple thoughts going around in my head. So I've been sending out some emails to that group for the last little while before this video series started. And my open rate and the conversion rate or click-through rate is remained the same, but we haven't done any sales on the site. So another thought to that is looking at the numbers of those signing up to create an account on Common Creatives. We've had a little bump, but not a ton. And I've been sending out invites and messages to join the community for a while for that too. So couple of thoughts. I need to broaden my net for my advertising. So the last good while about getting Common Creatives off the ground and getting it all set up, it's been mostly sent out to my current network on social media and friends and family, and that's been awesome. And I think that's where we've built and gotten the people joining from that group, but it's gotten kind of stagnant, meaning we haven't been growing like the amount that we've had in the past, and with sending out these email campaigns, we haven't had any conversions on it. So I need to cast my net a little bit wider to a bigger audience. I've been thinking about and feeling this for a while. So a couple ways I can do that. One way is to do advertising that's paid advertising. Like I've thought about trying to do like a Spotify ad or Facebook ads. I've done a PPC ad a few years ago. I showed you that in a previous video. And those all cost dollars, which is not bad. And I think I'll try those coming up, but not yet. I'm not going to try that yet. I think what I'm going to try next is, so I've been thinking about with social media, the biggest platform I'm on right now is LinkedIn. So that's the one I'm most active on. That's the one I've got the most following. It's where we've got the most presence. The other ones are growing, but they're still not as much as LinkedIn. So I think what I'm going to do is on LinkedIn, I'm going to send out some invites to people who have registered their profile as freelancers. So if I do that, what it will do is it will create my feed and the people that I'm connected in to the target audience that I'm looking to advertise to and message to. And so not only do I want to connect with these people that are doing this, that are freelancers and have publicly put out there that they are doing this on LinkedIn, it will also grow my own network of people who are freelancers. So there's a couple ways I can do that on LinkedIn. I can target people who have their profiles set that or registered that they are freelancers. And so I'm going to target them for a little bit and send out requests. I've been doing that a little bit, just testing the waters, and it seems to be good. I'm getting people that have accepted my invites to connect. So I'm going to try it a little bit more. I'm going to do that a bit more so it will grow my LinkedIn feed to people who are registered as freelancers. Why that will be beneficial for me is, and for Common Creatives, is my posts will show up in their feeds. And so just another way to target more people who are in the freelancer community already. And if I connect with them, I'm going to follow up with an invite to invite them to come create a free account on Common Creatives. So we're going to try that out for the next little while. I think that will expand my net of and communicating and getting a target audience to the people that I'm looking to connect with for this business. So we're going to try it and see what we get. So yeah, just kind of feeling like I've hit a saturation point. Maybe is a way to say that. Hit a saturation point to the current audience that I have. All great connections, but the saturation point for Common Creatives isn't, I think, is there. So I need to expand my communication to more people. Real quick, I'm going to give you a quick view of tonight. Tonight's really pretty. It's really pretty out. I don't know how well this is going to come across on the video, but over my shoulder is Utah Lake, like I've shown you in the past. You can see the beautiful purple mountains in the back and Utah Lake down here. Beautiful September evening. I love September. September is one of my favorites. I love this time of year. So hard to believe that just a few months ago, July 4th, we were at this park. There's a previous video about this. This is the same park that we did the July 4th celebration when we were kicking all this off a few months ago. And here we are in September. And the beautiful sunset for tonight on September 6th. So let's see, other things going on. So I mentioned we did the campaign. I showed you those numbers. There was another step I wanted to do this week for week 9 to round it out, as I wanted to look at the security again. Everything has been looking good. I just wanted to, because of the checking some of the areas that I had in the past, there was some code that touched some of the security items for the server, and so I wanted to double check that. It's all looking good and looking solid. So we placed those test orders this week. So my official numbers are a 0 report for the order, but in truth, I had 5 orders, but I'm not really going to count those because those are all for my family. So we had 5 orders this week, but they all came from my kids who wanted the merch as well. My daughter also ordered a hat, and my youngest daughter, who's 6, really likes this hat, so she got herself a hat, and my son got a hoodie, and my daughter got some sweatpants, so some comfies. So yes, we had 5 orders, but they all came from my immediate family. So we'll take it. No, not my official numbers. I'm not going to report that. So we are reporting a goose egg again for the orders this week, but that's okay. You know what? It's all right. So yeah. So again, why we did that was a kind of an end-to-end test as well, just testing out any bugs, different platforms, making sure things worked the way we wanted to. Tried placing the order through PayPal, through Venmo, through an iPhone, through tablets, through desktop, laptops, just all different environments to make sure the orders worked as planned. So happy to report that the site is ready and rolling, and saw those orders go through our integration with Printful, who is our print on demand partner. And those orders should be shipping out shortly. So we should get those coming in. Maybe we'll make a video of when they show up at the house. But if you're watching this and you want to get the gear that gets you gigs, head on over to shop.commoncreatives.com and get yourself some gear. Let's see. So shop's ready to go. That's looking good. I'm going to pause it. I think there was something else I wanted to talk about. Let me check my notes real quick. 1 second. All right, guys. Yes, I had to check my notes. Other progress this week. So, if you remember, one of the goals that we have is to raise funds for a billboard for July 4th, 2026. I have up to this point, I haven't been able to identify how much is needed for that. I'm still looking into that. So that's the progress I have. So I've been able to identify the businesses and the companies that own the billboards that are on I-15, the area that we're targeting to put our message or ad for that week. And I've reached out to them. Sent a message to them on Friday. I have not heard back from them yet, so I anticipate hearing back from them next week. But I let them know which ones we're interested in. Doing it well in advance. According to their site, they typically want 2 to 3 months ahead of time before you want it up there, and there is a 1 month requirement. So, which is understandable, right? So if you're gonna do an outdoor billboard, it's going to be up there for 1 month. So, as I talk with them, it will probably be the week of July 4th that it starts, and it will go through all through July. And again, it's going to be right at the point of the mountain in Salt Lake City, Utah, right off I-15. I-15 is the main highway that goes from right between the Wasatch Valley, Salt Lake Valley, into the Provo-Orem Valley. And again, it's a very tech-heavy location for Silicon Slopes, and so right at the heart of Silicon Slopes. So, yeah, I've been able to research who they are. I know who they are now. I'm trying to do this well in advance so that we can for sure lock down those dates. But part of the process of this, I need to identify how much money I need to raise. So that should be coming next week. We'll figure out in week 10 how much money we need to raise to do a billboard in the heart of Silicon Slopes. It's going to be a big black billboard like this shirt. This is Common Creatives, and it will say Common Creatives, a better way to freelance. And it will drive, hopefully, traffic to the site to be able to get people to register as a free account. And then for any businesses looking to post their freelance opportunity, they can post it. Again, right now we're running it free for any business that is looking to post their freelance opportunity they have. You can post it for free right now for a limited time. We will be charging for that in the future, but right now, anybody who is a business owner and they're looking for freelancers, there's a better way to freelance. You can get it out there. We'll help you connect with those who are eager and talented to help you achieve your goals. So I think that's it for week 9. Week 9 went well. Happy with it. So here's to week 10. Here we go.